Human history is filled with wonders, but it is also filled with mysteries that continue to baffle even the smartest minds. Civilizations have risen, flourished, and vanished without leaving behind clear explanations. Some left behind strange monuments, others buried secrets in the sands of time. But all of them share one thing: their stories are incomplete, their endings unknown, and their disappearance continues to raise questions that may never be answered. When archaeologists dig into the earth, they expect to uncover history. But sometimes, what they find only deepens the mystery. From cities that should not have existed to entire cultures that vanished overnight, today we will explore 25 lost civilizations that defy explanation. 1. The Indus Valley Civilization. Over 4,000 years ago, a highly advanced society thrived along the Indus River in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Known for their planned cities, advanced sewage systems, and complex trade networks, the Indus people were centuries ahead of their time. Yet around 1900 BCE, their cities were abandoned. There is no clear evidence of war, famine, or disaster. Some suggest climate change dried the river, while others believe disease played a role. But the truth is still hidden beneath the soil. 2. The Olmec Civilization. Long before the Maya or Aztec, the Olmecs ruled parts of ancient Mexico. They left behind giant stone heads, each weighing tons, and carved with incredible skill. But why they disappeared around 400 BCE remains uncertain. Were they absorbed by neighboring tribes, or did environmental collapse destroy them? Even more puzzling is the mystery of how they transported those massive heads without modern tools. 3. The Maya. The Maya were masters of astronomy, mathematics, and architecture. Their cities, such as Tikal and Palenque, still inspire awe today. But between the 8th and 9th centuries, major cities in the southern lowlands were suddenly abandoned. Some blame drought, others point to political collapse, but no single theory fully explains the rapid decline of this brilliant civilization. 4. The Minoans. On the island of Crete, the Minoans built a stunning culture full of art, trade, and myth. They may even have inspired the legend of Atlantis. Around 1450 BCE, their civilization crumbled. Theories range from a volcanic eruption on nearby Thera to invasions by Mycenaeans. Yet archaeologists still cannot agree on why a civilization so advanced vanished so quickly. 5. The Nabateans. You may know them as the builders of Petra, the ancient city carved into red stone cliffs. The Nabateans controlled trade routes across the Arabian desert and grew rich from it. But by the 4th century, their culture faded away, leaving behind spectacular ruins and unanswered questions about their fall. 6. The ancestral Puebloans. In the deserts of the American Southwest, the ancestral Puebloans, sometimes called the Anasazi, built massive stone dwellings in cliffs and canyons. Then, around the late 1200s, they left their homes. Evidence points to drought and conflict, but there is also a possibility that religious or social upheaval played a role. Their disappearance remains one of North America's great historical puzzles. 7. The Hittites. Once a superpower of the ancient Near East, the Hittites dominated from their capital at Hattusa. They challenged Egypt and ruled over vast territories. Then, around 1200 BCE, they vanished during the mysterious Bronze Age collapse. Whether it was famine, invasion, or political strife, the truth has been lost in time. 8. The Cucuteni Tripilia culture. Before the pyramids of Egypt, a vast Neolithic society flourished in Eastern Europe, in what is now Ukraine, Moldova, and Romania. They built enormous settlements and practiced advanced farming. Around 3000 BCE, they simply disappeared. Some think they migrated, others believe they were absorbed into new cultures, but there is no final answer. 9. The Khmer Empire. Centered in present-day Cambodia, the Khmer Empire built the majestic Angkor Wat. Yet in the 15th century, their capital was abandoned. War, climate change, and shifts in trade routes may all have played a role, but no single explanation satisfies historians. 10. The Clovis people. In North America, the Clovis people were among the first known inhabitants, famous for their distinctive stone tools. They thrived for centuries before vanishing about 13,000 years ago. Theories include climate shifts, overhunting of megafauna, or even a comet impact, but no conclusion has been reached. 11. The Mississippian culture. Centered around Cahokia, near modern-day St. Louis, the Mississippian culture built massive earthen mounds and complex urban centers. By 1500 CE, their cities were abandoned. Archaeologists suspect disease, drought, or conflict, but the details remain hazy. 12. The Aksumite Empire. In what is now Ethiopia, the Aksumite Empire was a hub of trade between Africa, Arabia, and beyond. They built towering stone obelisks and were among the first civilizations to adopt Christianity. By the 10th century, their influence had faded, and historians still debate why. 13. The Sanxingdui civilization. In China, archaeologists discovered the remains of a mysterious Bronze Age culture filled with strange, alien-like masks and enormous bronze statues. The Sanxingdui vanished around 1200 BCE, and there is little record of who they were or why they disappeared. 14. The Harla Kingdom. In the Horn of Africa, the Harla were known as the city builders. They constructed advanced stone towns and thrived in trade, yet by the 16th century, they had vanished, leaving only legends behind. 15. The Lycians. In southwestern Turkey, the Lycians were known for their rock-cut tombs and fierce independence. Eventually absorbed into the Persian Empire, their unique culture faded, but how exactly it dissolved is not fully understood. 16. The Tiwanaku. High in the Andes, near Lake Titicaca, the Tiwanaku civilization built enormous stone structures without the use of the wheel or mortar. Around 1000 CE, they vanished. Archaeologists believe climate change and famine may have been factors, but the mystery remains. 17. The Sumerians. Often called the first civilization, the Sumerians gave the world writing, the wheel, and monumental architecture. Around 2000 BCE, their cities fell silent. Invasions and drought may have ended them, but the exact chain of events is unknown. 18. The Elamites. In what is now Iran, the Elamites were rivals of the Mesopotamian powers. Over time, they disappeared from history, absorbed into larger empires, yet their language and culture still puzzle historians. 19. The Rapa Nui of Easter Island. Famous for their giant stone statues called moai, the Rapa Nui faced ecological collapse due to deforestation, but how their once thriving society crumbled so drastically is still debated. Some point to European contact, others to internal strife. 20. The Garamantes. In the Sahara Desert, the Garamantes built underground irrigation systems that allowed them to farm in one of the driest places on Earth. By the 7th century, their cities were gone. Climate change and overuse of resources may have been the cause. 21. The Nuragic civilization. On the island of Sardinia, the Nuragic people built thousands of stone towers known as nuraghe. Their culture thrived for centuries before fading into obscurity, and their exact origins are still unknown. 22. The Chachapoya. Called the Cloud People, the Chachapoya lived in the Andes and built impressive mountaintop cities. When the Inca conquered them, much of their culture was lost, and the Spanish conquest erased even more. Today, only ruins remain. 23. The Aksumite Red Sea traders. This branch of the Aksumite civilization controlled sea routes and prospered from international trade. When their ports silted up and trade shifted, they disappeared, leaving little written record. 24. The Nabta Playa people. In southern Egypt, before the pyramids, an ancient culture built stone circles that aligned with the stars. Then they vanished, leaving only hints of who they were. 25. The Lost City of Z. Perhaps the most mysterious of all, the so-called City of Z is a rumored advanced city hidden in the Amazon rainforest. Explorers, including Percy Fawcett, vanished while searching for it. Some believe it never existed, while others think it may still lie undiscovered. History is not just a list of facts, it is a puzzle with missing pieces, a story half told. Each of these civilizations was real, each left its mark, and yet their ends remain wrapped in silence. Perhaps one day, new discoveries will explain their fates. Or perhaps some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved, forever tempting us to keep digging. If you enjoy exploring the forgotten corners of human history, this is just the beginning. There are countless other civilizations, cultures, and cities that lie beneath our feet, waiting for someone to tell their story. Until then, these 25 will stand as a reminder of how fragile greatness can be and how even the mightiest can vanish without a trace. Maybe the real question isn't why these civilizations disappeared, but whether they're truly gone at all. What if some left behind clues we haven't learned to read yet? What if their greatest secrets are still out there, buried deep in the jungles, locked beneath deserts, or hidden under our oceans, watching us, waiting for the day we finally understand? History may seem silent, but it whispers to those who listen. And the next time we dig into the past, we might not just find ruins. We might find something that changes everything we thought we knew about our world.